Hey everyone, this is Wobbly Wallaby. Today I'll be showing you an endgame auto attack Rune Knight in Ragnarok M Classic, so you can start buying these items or start saving up. Rune Knight is the best endgame DPS class for PvE, since it scales off attack, magic attack, MDef, and Vit. This is a class that requires heavy investment, but it pays off in the end. I am using the China beta server, which showcases some incredible builds. They're probably 6+ months ahead, so they do have some items that are not accessible yet, but I'll show you which ones and provide alternatives accessible for us. I'm looking at this beast of an account which has lots of stuff that I wish I would have. I'll analyze this build and also provide some alternatives. First for offhand is Giant Shield. For every refine you get more mini and MVP damage. This is really good for Rune Knight, especially at a high refine, so I agree with this being the best offhand and you should definitely start accumulating these. For ideal enchants, Armor Breaking 4 for 6% penetration is the best, which this person has. Next for cards, the Alistar card is used. This is one of the best PvE cards in the game, so a great investment for any class. Next is Armor. This is an upgraded version of Staunch Armor called Chosen Armor. That is on the beta server right now. It uses the Staunch Armor as the base, so start saving up for it and accumulating these. This armor gives magic attack and attack percentage at different refine levels. Since Ragnarok M Classic doesn't have attack and magic deposits, this is a fantastic armor to use to get those percentages. You need sources of magic attack so you can get massive amounts of damage from your damage scaling. The ideal enchant is Sharpblade 4 for 20% critical damage, which this person has. Next for card, Gloom Under Night card is the best. There are lots of demon monsters, but where this card really shines is doing extra damage to dark monsters. Archbishop can dark convert, which means the target will become dark and this card will do massive amounts of damage. Even in Ragnarok Mobile, this used to be the best general MVP card many people used, so you can't go wrong with investing in this card. Next for Garment, Undershirt is the best, you get lots of critical damage, and the ideal enchant here is physical damage increase plus 4%, which this person has. For card, they use the Hugin Star card for more critical damage based on crit. This is a popular card if you lack critical damage, but I personally prefer the Dragonfly Star card. That provides auto attack damage increase based on Agi. Auto attack damage is one of the best damage modifiers in the game, and getting auto attack damage 4th enchants is much harder than getting critical damage enchants. Next is Footgear. Rune Boots is the best since it provides both attack and magic attack percentage. The ideal enchant here is 4% physical damage increase, which this person got. For card, they use the Edgar Star card, which is good for PvP, but I wouldn't recommend using it for Rune Knight since you already have Endure to battle flinching in PvE. Instead, I would go with the Time Holder Star card for 5% more auto attack damage. Next is the first accessory. It is Variant Bottle for the Berserker Rage ability. Getting 100% critical damage for 3 seconds is fantastic, and at Refine 10 it adds an extra second, and at 15 another second. In Ragnarok M Classic, getting critical damage is difficult, so Variant Bottle's effect is vital. So I agree with this as the accessory to use. For ideal enchants, Sharpblade 4 for melee physical attack plus 10% is ideal, and that person got it. For card, Greatest General is amazing. You get physical damage plus 10% and lasts for 1 minute. Even though there's a 3% chance, this happens very often when you're attacking with 480% attack speed. For the next accessory, Eye of Dullahan is used for the magic attack percentage. The ideal enchant here is Sharpblade 4, which this person has. For card, Santa Pouring card is used, likely because the Archbishop on the party is dark converting, so this card becomes the best in slot against a dark target. But if you aren't dark converting, then Zipper Bear Star card is great since it gives both 3% attack and 3% magic attack. Next is Weapon. Holy Avenger Star is the best for auto attack Rune Knight. You do holy damage, but you can convert to all other elements with elemental converters. This is a great source of critical damage percentage as well. The ideal enchant is Sharp 4 for critical damage percentage, and this person has Sharpblade 4 instead. Again, critical damage is hard to get in this game, so I would choose that instead. Now, I did have a question on how these star weapons are made in Ragnarok M Classic. Now, once you tier up your weapon to max, you'll have the option to go to star. These weapons are incredibly expensive to craft due to the material requirements, and you'll see them on the exchange for more than 60 million Zen each. And yes, these are currently available in Ragnarok M Classic for everyone. Next for cards, they have the Baphomet card for dealing splash damage. I 100% agree with this against mobs or summon monsters from the boss. You need the splash damage to take things down quickly, since single target isn't good enough. The other card is the Goblin Leader Star card for lifesteal. I personally prefer the damage over lifesteal, especially if a priest will already Faith Pray and heal you. So instead I prefer the Drake Star card for more damage, or alternatively you could use the Menorith card as well. Next for head is a High Refined White Knight Helm for more damage to MVP and minis. This is a fantastic headwear for any class for PvE. The ideal enchant here is Zeal 4 for 10% auto attack damage, which this person got. For card, they use the Orkiro card to prevent stun. I don't find this that great for PvE. It is great for PvP though. So instead for PvE, I'd prefer the Adumbla card for the 8% penetration instead. Next for face is one that's not available to us yet. It's called Illusory Light Mirror. This provides 10% auto attack damage, and hopefully it'll come to our server one day. The ideal enchant here is 4% physical damage increase. Now alternatively on our server, you can use the High Refined Monocle for the magic attack percentage. Next for mouth, Bone and Mouth is used for the penetration percentage. For ideal enchants, it is Zeal 4. It is really hard to get penetration percentage right now, so this is why that person uses it. Next for back, Portable Devaruchi is used. It is nice for the critical damage percentage. And finally for tail, this one also isn't available yet, but it provides critical damage. It's called Embroidery Chest, and the ideal enchant here is Sharpblade 4. An alternative is to use Happy Bird for the magic attack. This is from Advanced Kafka. The China beta server definitely provides some great insight for mid to end game gear. Unfortunately, since our server is still new, there isn't enough data to get some great builds right now, so the suggested builds just aren't as great. Also, many of these items I've used in Ragnarok Mobile as well, so I can vouch for how good some of these items and cards are as well. In Ragnarok Mobile, I do play Auto Attack Ruined Knight, so I also have some experience building up this class. Well, that's all. See you next time. Well, that's all. If you're planning to build a powerful Auto Attack Ruined Knight, then I hope this helps with planning out your purchases. And don't worry, I will be doing this for other classes as well, so look forward to this in the future. But in the comment section, you guys let me know which class you want me to cover first, and I'll try to handle those. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Here's a video that I'd recommend. And if you want more Ragnarok M Classic videos, check out this playlist over here.